With stress levels in the U.S. at an all-time high and nearly 40% of Americans reporting peak stress levels, spring is a great time to consider spring cleaning, the emotional clutter that may be weighing us down. At least that's the advice from Pierre Aramon, therapist at Evolved MD. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So we're talking about spring cleaning relationships. I want to start with family because I feel like never before in my life have I known more people that are estranged from relatives because of their political views. You know, someone's aunt or cousin or parent posts something on Facebook that feels extreme. When do you know if it's time to cut somebody off or to just tolerate your differences?
It's a great question. You have to identify how this person is making you feel at the end of the day. And you have to identify what are your boundaries. Are there flexible boundaries or are they non-negotiable? Now, when it comes to politics, a lot of people have non-negotiable, meaning, or I don't want to talk about it, and if we can't talk about it, that's fine, we can maintain the relationship, or we have to talk about it, and if we have to talk about it and you were to say, I can't go there, if you can't respect that, you may have to cut them off.
Do you have a good way of setting a boundary? Because I feel like sometimes I try and do this in a gentle way, but it doesn't, you know, like I feel like I don't have the words. Like, hey, I love you, I love hanging out with you, but can we not talk about, you know, X?
Absolutely. I think it starts with respect. Does the person respect you? Does the person see you? Do they hear you? Do they see you as an entity who also has emotions and feelings, right? So sometimes it takes repetition, especially in relationships. And sometimes with a friend, for example, a one-time boundary is enough. They may say, you may say, for example, hey, I'm done with this date or with this time together. Is this okay if I go home? And they'll say, yes, absolutely. In, for example, a family, they may say, no, we need to talk about this. Then they're disrespecting your boundary, right?
Yes. Yeah. There's a time and place for that kind of conversation. Like,
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm guilty that I always want to hash things out because I process things better talking it through. Like with my kids, for example, I'll want to talk about it when I instinctually know it's a bad time, right? Like, is there a good time to have these kind of relationship talks?
That's a really, really good point. I think when you look at internally how you're feeling, see if you're elevated or not. How is your child feeling, for example?
Yes.
If they're emotionally disconnected, this may not be a good time. Okay, let's take a break. Now, but you have to make it a point to revisit the situation. It's the same with your partner. If you have an argument with your partner and you're recognizing that we're yelling at each other, we're being extremely elevated, this is not going anywhere. There's not going to be any resolution. Take a break, take maybe 20 minutes, go for a walk, think about what you want to say, and then come back.
You always feel different after a 20-minute walk.
You do.
That's if I wrote a book, that's my whole therapy approach. Just take a 20-minute walk. You're going to feel different. Maybe not better, different. Before we let you go, we have to talk about romantic relationships. What if things are feeling a bit stale? What can you do? It's spring. The flowers are blooming. To refresh your.
That's a great question. How do you fall in love again?
Yes.
Right? Oh, well, that takes a lot. Sometimes you may need therapy depending on how bad it is, right? But essentially it's identifying why are you with this person in the first place, right? Remembering the friendship, remembering how did it start? Why did you fall in love? Why did you date? Where's the playfulness? Where is the love, the romance? And of course, in some situation, you know, where's the sex as well?
Wow. I love that advice, thinking about what was it that initially attracted you to that person. Is there a practical way of doing that, or you just like meditate on it in your mind?
I think reconnecting, communication, right? And again, respect, and then asking one another, because as we grow older within a relationship, our values may change, right? We may disconnect because of work, kids, family, stressors, etc. So then asking questions, you know, where are you at? How are you feeling? What would you like to do? What makes you laugh? What makes you cry? So really just reconnecting and re-dating or continuing to date one another. Never stop dating. That would be my one advice.
That's beautiful. In 30 seconds, how do you know if you should just make an appointment and go to a couples therapist?
4 things. They're called the 4 horsemen, and they've been identified by the Godman Institute. So
yes.
Yes. So
stonewalling?
Yes. Defensiveness, criticism, and content.
And if you have 2 of those 4, 3 of those 4?
I would say at least 1.
Even if you have one of those?
Absolutely, because if you can't recognize that it's there, it may destroy your relationship.
So if any of the 4 horsemen are present, you want to go see someone like our friend here at Evolved MD. If you'd like more information about anything we just talked about or to set up an appointment, you can go to our website. That's cw7az.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.